Welcome, everyone, to the 26th Oregon State Awards ceremony presented by the College of Engineering at Oregon State University. I'm Karina Puente, a PhD student in robotics here, and I will be one of your three hosts this evening. The Oregon State Awards has been one of the most exciting events hosted by the college. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us for what I know will be an inspiring evening. Please enjoy the side course as we begin the program. In 1998, the College of Engineering introduced the Oregon State Awards to honor outstanding alumni and friends of the college for the contributions to the engineering profession and to the Oregon State University. 3 categories recognize outstanding achievements at different stages of an Oregon Stater's career. The Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers are rising stars in their field with fewer than 20 years of professional experience beyond their undergraduate degree. Membership into the Academy of Distinguished Engineers is awarded to mid-career graduates with at least 20 years of experience beyond their bachelor's degree and who are still practicing in their profession. And finally, we induct into the Engineering Hall of Fame Oregon State alumni who have made significant contribution to their field and who demonstrate leadership throughout their careers. Once again, thank you for being with us tonight. It's going to be an inspiring evening and so special, where we will be celebrating 16 rising stars and distinguished engineers who exemplify what it means to be an Oregon State engineer. And now I am pleased to introduce to you Scott Ashford, Kearney Dean of Engineering.
Thanks, Karina. Hey, first, just congratulations to all the 2024 Oregon Stater awardees. And before I get going, I just want to say a couple things. First, Arem Toomer. Arem, where are you at? Arem, so I just want to welcome our Vice President of Research and Innovation, Arem Toomer. It's always great to have an engineer in the 6th floor of KER, and so I appreciate it. I'm glad to see you tonight. Also, I'm feeling a little old. I saw one of our council members actually graduated when I became dean, and now I'm giving her award tonight, so I'm feeling like maybe it's that time. Look, tonight we celebrate those who embody the Oregon State engineer in everything that they do, through their work in research, in education, and in business, through their service to their field and to the next generation. They took their Oregon State education to great heights and diverse places. These engineers are in the halls of justice, at the top of China's tech revolution, leading nuclear power stations under the hulls of Navy ships in Japan, and at some of our favorite companies right here in Oregon. Now, of course, I took my engineering education and came right back to Oregon State University. Did you know my first job off the farm was at the Hinsdale Wave Research Laboratory? This was back, I was an undergraduate student, and I got a job stacking rocks for a riprap study. So I could just rain or shine all day long. I spent my time just picking up these as big a rocks as I could pick up. Some are shown here, and placing them by hand for this study. It wasn't glamorous. Actually, it was kind of cold. It was a bit dirty. I kind of felt like Steve McQueen, if anybody remembers the movie Papillon. He's on a penal colony down in South America. Well, if it was in Oregon, beat up pair of boots, old raincoat, and stacking rocks all day. So yes, my first job was at Oregon State, but I will also say that my best job ever has also been at Oregon State. And Oregon State engineers have done a lot during my time as dean. Enrollment has grown, so have retention and graduation rates. We're still working hard to support our growing and diverse community. We're building our research enterprise and inspiring support from our big network of friends. But the people and the stories behind our success is what I'm most proud of. For example, we created a culture of change in the College of Engineering to improve the diversity, equity, and inclusion of our community, and it took all of us. A few years ago, I was at a dean's gathering for the American Society of Engineering Educators, and a group of deans was talking about their efforts in sharing ideas around DEI, and someone turned to me and they said, "Hey, how does it feel to be the one that started all of this?" And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And it turns out because Oregon State Engineering was one of the first to embrace, I think, the real work of building our community in the College of Engineering. And it's not just me, but it's us, right? It's our faculty and staff and our alumni and our stakeholders. Together, we're the reason that the College of Engineering at Oregon State is the most racially diverse college on campus. Together, we're the reason that the College of Engineering has one of the highest percentages of women engineering faculty at public R1 institutions anywhere in the nation. Now, we have more work to do, but it's at the forefront of who we are, just like student success and just like solutions-based research. Now, part of our culture of change is about caring, and it's about access. For the last decade, we've been working to deliver affordable education, especially for talented Oregonians who need it the most. It's why together we made the Catalyst Scholars Program. If you've heard me speak before, I think I bring it up at every single time I speak to public because I'm so proud of the Catalyst Program. It's a scholarship and a cohort experience for high-achieving, high-need, first-generation students to go to college for Oregon residents. Catalyst helps us recruit some of the brightest students in the state, like Javier Garcia Ramirez, who started learning to code at Hillsborough High and didn't want to stop. With the help of Catalyst Scholarship Program, Javier chose to follow his older siblings, Bruce and Jessica, to Oregon State to study computer science. Donor support through Catalyst gave Javier $8,000 a year toward tuition, but also $2,000 a year for experiential learning. And everything that we found is that experiential learning is how we get those students to the finish line. It's how we get them to graduation. So when Javier landed an internship in New York City with a software company, Atlassian, he didn't know if he could afford to even travel and stay in New York for the summer for this amazing internship. So he asked us, he said, "So does an internship count as experiential learning?" And we said, "Heck yes, it does." He used that money to fly out to Manhattan, rent a place, do this amazing internship, and he left New York City with an invitation to come back as a full-time software engineer. Javier graduated in June, summa cum laude, with a BS in computer science and a minor in business. He's back in Manhattan with Atlassian, and I have no doubt that Javier will be a future Oregon Stater awardee. Now, the Garcia Ramirez family has 3 Oregon State computer scientists among them. One engineering degree can change the trajectory of an entire generation of a family, and they have 3. And that is a culture of change in action. We are also successful because of our unified purpose. The College of Engineering used to function as a commonwealth of independent schools, to borrow a term from history. Each school had different ideas on how to achieve success. Over the years, we worked hard toward a united college identity. Now we're moving together in the same direction. We're all communicating the same things. And that unity is so important for student and alumni connection, for moving big goals forward, and for national and international visibility. These days, we're welcoming leaders from Washington, D.C. to campus, like the recent visit from the director of the National Science Foundation. And I believe it's the first visit from the director ever to Oregon State University. Last summer, the United States Secretary of Energy was here. We're leading national centers. We're recruiting full professors from places like the University of Florida and the University of Texas. We landed a president and an engineer from UCLA, and some of our grad students are choosing us over the likes of MIT or Stanford. Folks used to say, OSU, is that in Portland? And now they're asking how they can be a part of what we have going on here. Our growth and success have allowed us the flexibility to be great partners on campus and beyond. The university's new strategic plan, Prosperity Widely Shared, targets research in key areas, and each one of them has engineering written all over it. We do so much in robotics, but Digit has been making the headlines. Digit is a robot from Oregon State engineering spin-out company, Agility Robotics. It's designed to take on a wide-ranging, strenuous, and repetitive labor that is typically done by humans, but very hard on the human body. This is a great advantage and a solution provided by robotics. This year, we found Digit working in warehouses and distribution centers with our women's basketball team and 3,000 screaming middle schoolers, and on stage with Jensen Huang during the NVIDIA GTC keynote address. For the focus on clean energy, I've got to mention our spin-out company, NuScale Power. The small modular reactor is some of the coolest technology out there. And when I say coolest, it's because it's passively cooled and one of the safest reactors out there, okay? So it is cool and the coolest. It has the potential to power data centers with the lowest life cycle carbon emissions, the lowest land use, the lowest mineral and metal requirements of any electricity source out there. And with AI's demand for more computing power, NuScale has the solution. And José, you know that we'll be talking about NuScale a little bit later this evening. And when you think about integrated health and biotech, you may not think about microfluidics. A big part of our work with microfluidics is on-chip cooling for semiconductors. But Adam Higgins, one of our faculty in bioengineering, is researching the use of microfluidic devices to process fluids like blood. Combined with high-intensity light, it could be a safer way to treat severe jaundice in newborns. And I gotta just do a shout out to HP and their long-term partnership on microfluidics. Now, I could talk so much about climate science and related solutions, but I have to pick one. So when the U.S. Department of Agriculture needed to update the plant hardiness zone map, they asked our PRISM climate group to help out. And of course, they call the latest map the most detailed and accurate map ever released. It's used by 80 million gardeners across the United States. And if you know that we're in zone 8B right now, then I assume that you're one of them. Every one of these research areas is linked to artificial intelligence. I believe that every college on campus should be engaging in artificial intelligence. And I believe that every student at Oregon State should too. And of course, AI is linked closely to the chips that power it all. Our collaborative plan for a semiconductor ecosystem in the Pacific Northwest is holding the attention of the governor, the National Science Foundation director, Hewlett-Packard, Intel, and more. And we had Jensen and Lori Wong on campus this spring to talk about the future of AI and the future of the College of Engineering. I strongly believe that in the direction of the college and that the university are going. We're in a great position to recruit a fantastic leader for this college, and the next dean will be able to take our momentum and keep moving it forward. Our culture of change means that we're used to striving to be the best that we can be. And as engineers, we love a good challenge. Meeting the university's goals for prosperity widely shared will be a challenge, and one that we are fully embracing. And we're embracing it together. We're investing in the right research, the right student initiatives, and the right people to pull it off. Our reputation means that people around the nation and the world know about Oregon State engineering. Talented leaders know what we're up to, who we are, and what we stand for. And now that we're searching for that next dean, these leaders will want to put their name in the hat. Our great collaborations mean that there is already a lot for the next dean to look forward to. The Jensen Huang and Lori Mills Huang Collaborative Innovation Complex is such a big one. But on the student side, I will share this. Growing up in Oregon, going to Oregon State, I thought I would never be caught working with our rivals to the south. You know, the ones that wear green and yellow, and I saw a couple ducks in the audience. I appreciate you not wearing green and yellow tonight. But as an Oregon State graduate, never in a million years did I thought I'd be doing this. But when the University of Oregon asked to work with us on a joint degree, we were happy to bring them into our bioengineering degree. That collaboration is going to be amazing for our students. It's already turning out to be amazing for our faculty. And it also shows that you can make something better than the sum of the parts when you work together. And the next dean will enjoy the fruits of that labor. Since our founding in 1889, Oregon State engineers have proven that with extraordinary talent and unstoppable drive, anything is possible. That legacy of smart, creative engineers inspired me to be the best that I can be, whether I'm stacking rocks in a beat-up raincoat or in a suit and tie leading this amazing college. I'm so grateful to work with and for you as the Kearney Dean of Engineering. And like I said, I believe that in the direction that we're headed, and I hope that you do too. If I can keep supporting thinkers and makers and leaders and educators like the ones that we're going to honor tonight, we're going to be in great shape. So thank you, go Beavs, and please join me in congratulating the Oregon Stater awardees.
I'm Karina, as I said before. This is.
And I'm Johan Martinez, a third-year mechanical engineering student.
We've arrived at the first award ceremony of the night, the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers. Please continue enjoying your meals as we present the awards. The Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineer Awards are presented to engineers who have distinguished themselves through their professional accomplishments, service to Oregon State University, the engineering profession, or society at large. These individuals have made early career contributions that identify them as rising leaders in their profession or field. Now it's our pleasure to introduce to you these amazing individuals. The award recipients, please, when you hear your name, come to the stage.
Our first council awardee of the evening is Cindy Quinton-Cox Forbes. Cindy has already launched a company and a breakthrough product, and she's just getting started. Cindy earned a Bachelor of Science degree in bioengineering in 2017, and after a year with a 3D printing startup in the Bay Area, she founded her own startup company, Tonsil Tech. Its product, an aid to safely removing tonsil stones, showcases Cindy's entrepreneurial spirit and passion for solutions that help people. This year, another big one for Cindy, she's bringing Tonsil Tech products to retail stores and dental offices. Cindy, welcome to the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers.
The next council awardee of the evening is Jack Gilchrist. Jack has earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Chemical Engineering in 2013. In the years since, he has been growing his career in shrinking. Jack manages a team at Microsystems Engineer, Inc., a company focused on shrinking the size of medical devices to help reduce the impact on patients' lives. Jack's experience as an undergraduate mentor at Oregon State University has helped him mentor and advocate for his team, helping them achieve their goals. Jack, welcome to the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers.
The next council awardee of the evening is Sabrina Ireland. In the field where precision and innovation are critical, Sabrina has become a trailblazer by prioritizing the human connection. Sabrina earned an honors Bachelor of Science in Nuclear Engineering in 2012. After graduation, she started her career at Palo Verde Generation Station and has quickly risen into leadership. Sabrina now is a supply chain director, handling an incredibly complex role at one of the nation's largest nuclear plants with creativity, curiosity, and collaborative leadership. Sabrina, welcome to the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers.
The next council awardee of the evening is Patrick Marnell. With a passion for transportation solutions, Patrick is driving excellence in his field. Patrick has earned a bachelor's of master's degree in civil engineering in 2018 and 2013. He has gone on to build fantastic career in transportation engineering. Patrick is currently the director of product management Q-Free America, a software company developed traffic management solutions. Patrick is extremely engaged in his professional community, including serving as the 2024 Vice President for the Western District of the Institute of Transportation Engineers. Patrick, welcome to the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers.
The next council awardee of the evening is Ashley Mason. Ashley is a Beaver through and through with 3 degrees from Oregon State. She's earned a bachelor's in electrical engineering in 2009. She earned a master's in electrical and computer engineering in 2011 and a PhD in material science in 2016. Ashley is now a fabrication and integration engineer at HP and a rising star in microfluidics. Ashley's engagement in her field includes serving as the current co-lead for the talent pillar of HP's Women's Business Resource Group, a board member for the Willamette Innovators Network, and the Vice President of Career Guidance for Willamette Valley section of Society of Women Engineers. Ashley, welcome to the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers.
The next council awardee this evening is Elan Somasundaram. Elan is a radiology rock star, having earned a master's and a PhD in nuclear engineering from OSU. He went on to work in roles supporting pediatric imaging research. Elan is now an assistant professor and the associate director of the Children's Artificial Intelligence Imaging Research Center at Cincinnati and the Children's Hospital Medical Center and University of Cincinnati College of Medicine. His background in computational physics, statistics, and engineering, and experience in pediatric imaging led him to develop an AI-based solution for complex diagnostic problems to help clinicians improve the quality care of kids. Elan, welcome to the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers.
Our final council awardee of the evening is Sam Royster, who unfortunately is unable to make it here this evening as he is stationed overseas. Sam earned a bachelor's degree from Oregon State in nuclear engineering in 2012 in return for a master's of engineering. Sam is now a project superintendent with the U.S. Navy, where he seeks to increase efficiency and lower costs related to ship repair. The Navy awarded Sam a grant to continue his exploration of using remotely operated vehicles to clean ship holes, which is just a part of his mission to bring sustainable process and improvements to the naval fleet. Sam consistently chooses to go above and beyond in his academic and professional life. Let's have a round of applause for Sam, our final awardee of the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers. Let's congratulate all the newest members of the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Maddie Matthews, a third year in Industrial Engineering and Sustainability. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing the newest additions to the Academy of Distinguished Engineers. Membership to the Academy is awarded to mid-career Oregon State College of Engineering graduates who have made a sustained distinguished contribution to their profession, their field, the university, or society at large. Awardees must still be practicing with at least 20 years of professional experience beyond their bachelor's degree. For those awardees who are here with us tonight, please join us on stage when I call your name. Our first inductee to the Academy this year is Robin Abram.
It is my pleasure to welcome Robin Abraham to the Academy of Distinguished Engineers. Robin earned his 2 computer science graduate degrees from Oregon State, his master's in 2004, and his PhD in 2007. His research and experience at Oregon State laid the foundation for his exceptional career. Today, as Partner General Manager at Microsoft, Robin leads the development of pioneering AI products, including the Microsoft Science Engine, which is transforming industries from pharmaceuticals to energy. Throughout his career, Robin has been at the forefront of innovation, driving the creation of Microsoft Power Apps and numerous AI advancements. His work is not just changing the tech landscape, it's impacting the entire world. And in addition to all of that, Robin is just a wonderful person. Robin, your journey exemplifies the very best of what an Oregon State engineer can achieve. Congratulations on your induction into the Academy of Distinguished Engineers.
Congratulations, Robin. Our second inductee to the Academy this year is Brad Hermanson.
I'm delighted to welcome Brad Hermanson to the Academy of Distinguished Engineers. Brad is an outstanding engineer whose journey began at Oregon State with a bachelor's in chemical engineering in 1979 and a master's in environmental engineering in 1990. He has worked within the consulting engineering, science, and planning industry for almost 40 years, having supported some of the most complex and controversial environmental projects in the Northwest. Brad has significantly impacted his field in the region. His leadership and management of projects have earned national recognition, like Reynolds Metals Superfund site cleanup in Troutdale, which won a prestigious EPA Phoenix Award. Brad also has a passion for mentoring future engineers. His legacy continues through the success of each student he mentors and his son, Ian, a recent Oregon State grad, making strides in the renewable energy field. Brad, your dedication to environmental stewardship transforms entire communities. Congratulations on your induction into the Academy of Distinguished Engineers.
Congratulations, Brad. Our next awardee tonight is Larry Martin, Jr.
It's my pleasure to welcome Larry G. Martin, Jr. to the Academy of Distinguished Engineers. A third-generation Beaver, Larry graduated from Oregon State in 1994 with a bachelor's degree in industrial and manufacturing engineering. His MECOP internship at the dental equipment manufacturer ADEC led to a job offer, and Larry just celebrated 30 years with the company. As Vice President of Innovation, Larry is building an entrepreneurial culture where teams can create, refine, and commercialize the future products of ADEC that bring amazing solutions to the dental industry. Larry's leadership extends beyond innovation. He's been a mentor and advocate, guiding the next generation of engineers by supporting MECOP. Larry, your dedication to your industry and to Oregon State brings great distinction to our alumni community. Congratulations on your induction into the Academy of Distinguished Engineers.
Congratulations, Larry. Our next Academy recipient is Mandy Michalsen.
I'm pleased to welcome Mandy Michalsen into the Academy of Distinguished Engineers. With a master's and PhD in civil engineering from Oregon State University, Mandy has built a remarkable career. She currently serves as the Science, Technology, and Engineering Strategic Advisor for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. In this role, Mandy influences national research and development priorities. Her current research projects focus on novel applications of remediation technologies to accelerate the cleanup of explosives in groundwater. But Mandy's contributions extend far beyond her technical expertise. She's known for bringing disciplines and stakeholders together in complex projects that enhance infrastructure resilience and environmental sustainability. She's also committed to supporting the next generation of engineers. Mandy, your work embodies the core values of the civil engineering profession. Welcome to the Academy of Distinguished Engineers.
Congratulations, Mandy. The next Academy awardee we'd like to call to stage is Todd Smith.
I am pleased to welcome Todd Smith to the Academy of Distinguished Engineers. Todd's journey in nuclear engineering began with a trio of degrees from Purdue, culminating in a PhD. But his education didn't stop there. Todd earned a master's degree in radiation health physics from Oregon State University in 2021, where he experienced a great learning environment online. Todd is now a senior level advisor for the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. He is a key figure in shaping the future of nuclear safety, emergency preparedness, and radiation protection. His work is transforming the way we understand and manage radiological emergencies, ensuring that the next generation of nuclear technologies is both safe and effective. Todd's work not only impacts the nuclear industry, but also elevates the standards of public health and safety on both a national and international level. Todd, congratulations on your induction into the Academy of Distinguished Engineers.
Congratulations, Todd. The next Academy awardee we'd like to call to stage is Rhonda Young.
I'm pleased to welcome Rhonda Young to the Academy of Distinguished Engineers. Rhonda graduated from Oregon State with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Civil Engineering in 1992. Now she's an Associate Dean and Professor at Gonzaga University's School of Engineering and Applied Science. Throughout her career, Rhonda has demonstrated how an Oregon State engineer can deliver excellence as a consultant, educator, researcher, and an administrator. Rhonda's innovative work on projects like the Elk Mountain Variable Speed Limit Corridor Research Project, which has garnered multiple awards, demonstrates her commitment to enhancing transportation safety and efficiency. Beyond her technical achievements, Rhonda has been a dedicated mentor, fostering the next generation of engineers and maintaining strong connections with Oregon State University. Rhonda, you make Oregon State proud. Congratulations on your induction into the Academy of Distinguished Engineers.
Congratulations, Rhonda. Our final Academy awardee we'd like to call to stage is Dana Zottola.
I am so pleased to welcome Dana Zottola to the Academy of Distinguished Engineers. Dana earned a bachelor's degree in computer engineering from Oregon State in 2001 and a master's in electrical and computer engineering from Oregon State in 2008. Since then, Dana has built an incredible career in patent law. Now a senior associate at Alston & Bird, LLP, Dana works with inventors to develop and protect their intellectual property, contributing to advancements in a wide array of cutting-edge technologies, from particle physics to deep neural networks. Dana's work not only drives innovation, but also helps early-stage companies build valuable patent portfolios, which sets them up for success in the marketplace. Her ability to navigate the complexities of these fields is a testament to her talent and the strong hands-on education she received at Oregon State. Dana, your career exemplifies the far-reaching impact of an OSU engineering degree. Congratulations on your induction into the Academy of Distinguished Engineers.
Congratulations, Dana. Let's hear it for our 2024 inductees to the Academy of Distinguished Engineers. Now, Dean Ashford will introduce this year's inductees to the College of Engineering Hall of Fame.
You can clap. All right. So before I start talking about Howard's many accomplishments, I just want to thank him for being here. Howard is a notoriously busy person. And not just from where I'm standing, but I think his fellow tech giants would say, oh yeah, Howard is a very busy person. And I owe a lot to Howard's busyness because every time I book a meeting with him, Howard's schedule somehow changes. And I actually often get a vacation day in Shanghai, touring around. And so my assistant Jennifer knows now that anytime I travel to Asia, I go to and from Shanghai, so I have two opportunities to try to catch up with Howard, and I've gotten to know Shanghai really, really well. Because Howard is such an incredible person, and Howard is a shining example of what it takes, what taking calculated risks can do to build something with lasting and far-reaching impact. Howard came to Oregon State as a graduate student and earned his master's in electrical engineering in 1987 and a PhD in the same field in 1990. He went on to find success in Silicon Valley, but recognized an opportunity to make his mark back home, where China's high-tech revolution had just begun. Howard became the head of a new product development for Shanghai Belling, an integrated circuit maker. In 1997, he co-founded New Wave Semiconductor Corp., the first venture capital-funded company in China, and it was a big success. But he didn't stop there. In 2004, Howard co-founded Montage Technology, which grew into a world-class processing and integrated circuit design company under his leadership. Montage chips are used in data centers to support the transfer between CPUs and the computer memory. Howard says, it's not a fancy product. Well, Howard, I think helping billions of people around the world communicate with each other is pretty fancy. I'm inspired by Howard's ability to seize opportunities and grow businesses with such a lasting global impact. Of course, his kind of success can't happen to just anyone. Howard is successful because he's a brilliant engineer, a clever entrepreneur, a dedicated leader, and an incredibly kind man. We are lucky to have Howard with us here tonight, joined by some of his former classmates, some of his family, and also his doctoral advisor, David Allstott. Please join me in welcoming Howard Yang to the Engineering Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Scott, for the very nice word, and good evening, everyone. Since I have been back to China for 30 years now, so my English is really broken. I have to read my speech from a piece of paper. So first of all, I'm extremely honored to be inducted into the Engineering Hall of Fame. I have to say that this recognition is not only for me, but also for my fellow students, and of course, our wonderful professor, Dave Allstott. Thank you, Dave, for flying all the way from Pittsburgh to attend this event. As we know, Dave is a world-renowned professor and engineer in the area of integrated electronics. When he came to OSU 38 years ago, he single-handedly established OSU's IC Design Research Group. With his tremendous effort, the group grew from 0 to some 20 graduate students in 2 years. I was very lucky to become Dave's first PhD student. We all worked incredibly hard to really build up the IC program at OSU. I still remember one time we need to submit a paper to an IEEE journal. In order to meet the deadline, we worked around the clock. At one night, it was about 2:00 a.m., while Terry and I were measuring the chip in the lab, and Dave was in his office writing the paper. Mrs. Ostad appeared. She delivered some chicken soup. And guess what? Dave finished the soup by himself. That's true. So many years later, I still complain to Dave that he didn't share the soup with us. Stories aside, today, if you look at this group of people, many of them made really big impact on both industry and academia. For example, Terry became Vice Chancellor in charge of research and innovation at University of Colorado. She elected to IEEE Fellow and received many prestigious awards. Mahmoud is VP at NVIDIA now. Actually, he was employee number 50 or something at NVIDIA. I don't really want to think about how much his stock option worth today. And Robert, he is VP at Montage Technology. People in this room may not be familiar with Montage, but our chip helps to deliver over 40% data between CPU and computer memories in data centers around the world. Robert is the key contributor to this achievement. Robert works very hard, but he couldn't get rid of the letter V for his VP title. Because I am the P. And there are many other fellow students from our group made similar contributions to the industry and academia. I believe all of us deeply appreciate and thankful for our trainings and education here at OSU, especially the College of Engineering and our department. This is why I said at the beginning, this award is not just for me, but for all of us. At last, but definitely not least, I would like to thank Professor Tom Plant, my master's degree advisor. When I first came to OSU as a poor foreign student, Tom supported me with his research fund and introduced me to the world of research. Thank you very much.
All right. Our second Hall of Fame inductee tonight, José is an internationally recognized scholar steadfast public servant, a brilliant inventor. Maybe investor also. A successful entrepreneur. He also holds a record that he may not know about. The longest leave of absence in the College of Engineering history. When José took time away to focus on this little spin out that you might have heard of, we placed him on a leave of absence. And every time expired, we just signed a new one, hoping that someday that he'd come back. And I clung to hope that one of these days José would return. I actually saw an office with your name on it the other day. And I think I could find that paperwork somewhere, José, if you're interested, so you can come see me. The thing is, the reason we would want José back is because José is sought after worldwide. He is an expert in passive safety system design, testing, and operations for nuclear power plants. His impact is as close to home as right here on campus, and as far-reaching as the United Nations, where he's been a technical expert for the International Atomic Energy Agency. José joined the faculty in the College of Engineering in 1987, and his excellence as a researcher and educator led him to found a successful research lab, co-direct a center, and serve as head of the department of nuclear engineering and radiation physics. And when I came on my first year, José was one of my colleagues, along with Terry and a couple others, on the leadership team in the College of Engineering. His leadership on several test facilities exploring the scaling of reactors led to partnerships with agencies like the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. José's work allowed Oregon State to stand out for a time as the only university in the world engaging in nuclear safety certification tests for reactor design licensing. And when I talk about what we've done to build Oregon State's reputation, I'm talking about accomplishments like that. And José's work at Oregon State gave rise to NuScale Power, where he co-designed a passively cooled small modular reactor. NuScale's design became the first small modular reactor to receive approval from the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. And if you don't know anything about the approval process, it's kind of like finding a cure for cancer and getting approved by the FDA while you're hosting the Olympics. And I remember talking to José right before the submission, and what was it, 12,000 pages, and it all had to be in 3-ring binders, as I recall, for the NRC. NuScale Power also is a career destination for some of our brightest graduates. And I love that Oregon State engineers can find a home for their talents at a company that shares their OSU roots. José's accomplishments and long history of service to Oregon State make me so excited to celebrate him tonight. Please join me in welcoming José Reyes into our Engineering Hall of Fame.
Yeah, wow, that came up on me. It's truly an honor to be here, to receive this award, to be part of this Engineering Hall of Fame. I'm truly humbled, and thank you so much, Dean Ashford, for your kind words. I think you took half my speech, so that's good. So, Dean Ashford, colleagues, friends, family, it's really my great pleasure to be with you tonight. This induction to me means a lot, and thank you so much. I'm truly humbled by it. I'd like to thank my wife, Donna. She's supported me and encouraged me for 51 years we've been together. There likely would not be a NuScale today, would I be receiving this award today without Donna's encouragement. I thank my family, my kids who are here tonight, my grandkids. I thank my colleagues at NuScale, many who are here. Raise your hands over there. So that's kind of cool. and all OSU grads. I thank my church family, my colleagues at NewScale and Oregon State for the dedication, a collaborative spirit, and for the many examples of integrity right here at OSU. So when I started my career at Oregon State in 1987, I would have never imagined co-founding an energy company that would garner $1.8 billion of investment. Yeah, so investment is good. $1.8 billion in investment, and now we're listed on the New York Stock Exchange. As was mentioned, we're the only design to receive a design certification from the NRC, and as we speak tonight, 6 of our reactor vessels and steam generators are being manufactured at Doosan. So those are our first 6. So when I came to OSU in '87, I remember coming for the interview. We had taken a long flight from the East Coast to here, and got food poisoning. So we were both pretty sick. And that morning I said I have to go in for the interviews, and kind of girded myself up and went in. And we had some interviews. It was great. It was such a welcoming and encouraging faculty. It's just a tremendous environment. But then they said, you're the seminar speaker today. I said, I did not know that. So we downloaded my PhD thesis and I presented that, so it worked out well. But it's such a tight-knit group. We all tried to help each other out in our department, and I really appreciated that because that was very special to me. They got me started with $4,000. Yeah, that was my startup funds, $4,000. But over time, we were able to leverage that to build 3 major test facilities. So over time, we got Westinghouse involved and lots of big companies providing funding, and we did some world-class research right here at Oregon State, and we continue to do that. We had the first test in the world to show how this passively safe reactor would work. That was back in May of 2003. Had never been done before. We did it here at Oregon State. I went to sabbatical for a year in Vienna to work for the International Atomic Energy Agency. And while I was there, that was kind of my aha moment. We had this great test facility, a great design sitting here at Oregon State, and I heard we need power, but we can't take it into big chunks. We need something small that we can connect to our grid, that we can afford. And so when I came back in 2005, Dean Ron Adams at the time, he said, you should really try to take what you have in the lab to the market. Yeah, how hard could that be? Yeah, take it to the market. So this entrepreneurial spirit at OSU was something that, for me, I had never imagined ever going into business. I was an academic. Before that, I was a regulator. So Dean Adams connected me with a business mentor, Paul Lorenzini. Paul, are you here? Paul's right there. So Paul, of course, was inducted into the Engineering Hall of Fame in 2006. So I feel I'm in very good company. In 2007, after getting the technology investment ready, Paul and I founded NewScale Power with the goal of commercializing the small modular reactor. Paul retired from NewScale in 2012. But over the years, we've built a tremendous workforce. And I'm going to borrow some of Ross Snuggerud's words here. We are part of the nuclear industry. We have hired people and moved them. We have them on the East Coast, the West Coast. We have people from the nuclear industry, from the military, from utilities, from vendors, from regulators, from research labs. We have a tremendous, tremendous capability in our company. A combined total of over 4,000 years of nuclear industry experience, over 500 years of nuclear reactor operator experience. We are a powerhouse. About 40% of our employees are engineers in the 20s and 30s, so we have a very vibrant and energetic group. And with regards to innovation, we started the company with 3 base patents. And today we have over 650 patents either granted or pending in 20 countries. Innovation is part of our DNA, and that comes from here. So frankly, we need innovation. The world needs our help. They need clean water. They need clean power. They need carbon-free electricity. And that's what we're offering. One of our modules can produce 77 megawatts of clean electricity. Our 12-module plant, almost a gigawatt. One of our modules can produce about 50 metric tons of hydrogen per day. Our 6-module plant could power an entire petrochemical plant. One of our modules can desalinate 77 million gallons of water per day. 4 of those modules are enough to provide water to all of Cape Town, South Africa. About 4 million people. We're doing some amazing things. We have the technology, we can have a great impact. So this is something that to me is very exciting. So I'm pleased that NuScale has maintained a vibrant research collaboration with OSU. And together we can continue to build a legacy of innovation that will improve the quality of life for people around the world. And so with that, I want to thank you again, and go Beavs.
Wow, how can I follow that? I can't. What an incredible evening. I'm glad you could all join us. I'm inspired by the assembly of remarkable individuals who we've had the pleasure of inducting into the Engineering Hall of Fame, the Academy of Distinguished Engineers, and the Council of Outstanding Early Career Engineers. Congratulations once more to all our awardees. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to everyone involved in putting this event together, especially those involved in the event planning, the decor, beautiful flowers, right? They're all live. The catering, the video production, and the Alumni Center facility. And finally, on behalf of Dean Ashford and the entire College of Engineering community, we look forward to seeing you here next year. Go Beavs! Woo! One more thing, we have a very special surprise for you all because you are so amazing. We have the Oregon State Pep Band